Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome to another Starbound Mod Showcase. A little while back, I was asked if I could take a look at the Elithian Races Mod, which adds free, nifty new races here. You have the Avakin, who, while somewhat similar in appearance and name to the Avali, are actually pretty much completely unrelated at all, period. Let's see. So we have our noble desert nomads, the Avakin. We also have the Trink, the hyper-advanced machines, and all these little extra bits we're seeing here are just, that's from Frackin' Races. Pretty comprehensive mod that it even includes these guys, who I'm pretty sure are fairly new. Anyway, we also have the Droden, who are near-sentient light warframe droids. Or they could be utility droids, since the difference between droid types in, well, gender here is instead of male-female, it's just war or utility. Pretty cool stuff. Also reminds me of the battle droids from Star Wars. Always a good thing. And who do we want to... I mean, there's no difference between the Trink. They're just little robot people who have awesome little satellites on them. And if you'll excuse me just a second. Please, why are you crying over there? Don't cry. I think he's a little upset because I had to lock him in my room because he was getting up to some mischief. Anyway, let's start off with the Avakin. Let's just do a couple of randomizations here, just to get a bit of a look at what kind of designs we can expect with our little friends here. You know what? You look pretty cool. Kahan Alad. Probably butchered that pronunciation. And normally I would skip the intro mission for something like this, but there is some slight different stuff added, so let's look at it. Also, my pronunciation was really awkward there, or at least in my head it sounded awkward. I'll have to listen back and see if it sounded as awkward as I thought it was. But anyway, yes. Wake up! Wake up! You have overslept! Apparently that's the voice of an Avakin sail. It's been a while since we've been back here, hasn't it? Flashbacks of the days before Earth blew up. Alright, let's grab some cool stuff. Which, at first, as you can see, we have some extra stuff here. It's not just fancy stuff here. What's this? A chat? I don't know if I have time to chat with you. But pretty cool. We get our sort of custom Avakin fitting versions of the Protectorate clothing, which, I mean, yeah, you can kind of see that it, excuse me, it doesn't quite fit properly if I'm... Yeah, like you can kind of see the feet sticking out, so yeah. It's nice that there's sort of, some custom fitting stuff here, but let's read this new lore. Classified, Watcher Agent Orders. Vaz Valet, Watcher Agent. I butchered that, didn't I? The mission you are being sent on is highly unusual, but is also of great importance to our Nomada. Our intelligence reports describe a self-proclaimed peacekeeping organization, the Terran Protectorate. Have a large presence in this sector of the galaxy. The reports say that this organization was founded several centuries ago by the humans of Earth. The supposed goal of this protectorate is to protect the universe and help those in need. But we suspect there to be more to its existence. I think they are overestimating what the protectorate was capable of. The most reliable source for more information is to have an agent on the inside. This is where you come in. Your goal is to infiltrate the Terran Protectorate by signing up for their ranks, follow their training programs, and learn all you can about its hierarchy, motives, and whatever else you judge relevant. The mission will also require you to obtain one of the Protectorate's matter manipulators, along with any other technology you can safely obtain. Remember, your identity and the Nomada's involvement in this mission must be kept a secret at all costs. After you finish your Protectorate training, you are to fake your own death and return to the Watcher headquarters. It seems a bit complicated. Surely you could just, transmit your stuff and then, stay in deep cover for a while, but alright. I assume these guys know what they're talking about. I'm just saying, if I managed to get an agent to infiltrate a place, I wouldn't want them to break cover so easily. Anyway, that's just me. Send reports to... I'm not trying to, pick apart this at all, because it's actually very well written. Send reports to HQ as often as you can, but do not risk revealing yourself to anyone. May a Radis? I'm gonna say Radis. Guide you along your path, and may he watch over us all. Also, you might have noticed there that the codex is a little bit different. Some unique weapons. This is some of the issues we're seeing right here. Oh wait, that's collections, not codexes. You idiot. There is, like this, it's reworked a little bit, which I actually think is pretty cool. Or at least this is something that the mod adds in. And as you can see, you know, you get some cool codexy type extra stuff in there. So we'll have to look into that more, because we're probably, depending on how I cut everything, I never talked to that one guy. I just walked by, didn't even high five that Hilotl back. Man, I'm rude. Tisk tisk. They invited me into their home, and I'm secretly stabbing them in the back, subverting their culture and poisoning their children. Or something. Also, there are now 2 chickens lying here. I have no idea what that's all about. Nah, but seriously, I assume there's no nefarious plans. It's just curious about... Obviously, this infiltration is more so about, at least in my opinion, it's probably more about just making sure that the Protectorate could be a valuable ally. Maybe they're actually an enemy. My fellow Protectors, today we come together to witness the Protectorate grow. Or, you know what, we've done all this way before back in the main series, so I'm probably going to cut away here until anything new and exciting happens, so I will see you guys in a moment. And we already know what happens. Tentacles, monsters, this guy gets ripped through the floor, all kinds of craziness. I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, so we're back, and just finished listening to the old cutscene there. And our goal now is actually to acquire a Watcher's Pass. So, and I'm not entirely sure how to do that. I assume part of that might involve... I think it's just 10. Here's, of course, all the fracking. Oh! Derp. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to go looking for it. Blah, 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 blah. No. You silly, silly man. All you have to do is open up your ship's locker. And look inside, and you will find... Seek and you will find. Hunting weapon, killing alien monsters with such a weapon drastically increases your odds of receiving a monster bone or hide. That's also very key. Pass unlocks access to the Watcher's offices in the Starfarer's Refuge, because there is an alternate outposty thing that you can go to. Now, how do I just do this? Do I just use it? Eh. Return to Zahid in the Starfarer's Refuge. Is it as simple as just... No, it's not that simple. Arceus Fuel. Return to Zahid. Starfarer's Refuge. Where is that, though? Okay, so we are back, and, well, let's, while we're waiting here, spawn in Ship T4, Ship T5, Ship T6, 7, 8. I think it only goes up to 8. No, it doesn't go up to 10 at all, does it? Nope, it does not. Alright, for some reason I was thinking for a second it might have actually gone up to 10, but that is not the case. Let's kind of expand the ship a little bit, little by little. Kind of get an idea here of what we're looking at. But minor criticism I have of the mod right out of the gate here is apparently, in order to get to the Starfarer's Refuge, I actually have to find an Avakin settlement somewhere, which, I mean, on the one hand, that's kind of cool and all, but on the other hand, that does kind of, like, I'm hopeful this won't turn into a situation like with oh, I can't even remember the name now. The mod, which involved, oh, why can't I remember it? The mod with the dungeon and the boss and the thing. Oh, Shellguard, that's it. Alright. Let's look at that. Yeah, I mean, my only problem with, like, having to, in order to get to a place, in order to randomly, like, I suppose part of it, this mod is still in development. That's one thing I should probably mention. But I feel, and did we literally find an Avakin? Well, we found some Avakin stuff, like, right off the bat, so it might not end up being that bad. Ooh, what is this going to have for us? Oh, geez, I have to hold that in order to actually get it to pop. Still, pretty cool. Oh, I also like the fact that this all has animation on it. But the problem I have with something relying on luck, I guess, is one way to put it. Here's something from the Avali, unless I am greatly mistaken. Always cool to see all kinds of mods working together. You could, in theory, travel to dozens of desert or savanna planets, which are where these settlements of the Avakin are most likely to spawn. Your face looks weird, sir. What are you? What are you? I don't think you're a regular animal. Anyway, it is getting dark, so let's time warp this. Time warp 200. 200, there we go. And there's a lot of Avakin stuff right off the bat, so I guess we're not in a particularly bad spot here, but depending on how common these settlements are, this could end up being a bit of an exercise in frustration, especially if... Why am I not just... Especially if you are playing with Frackin' Universe as well. And I know a lot of people do these days, because Frackin' Universe is probably one of the biggest mods in the game, which adds a whole bunch of extra world types, which would kind of mess with the probabilities of actually finding the dungeon you want. Though, having said that, right now, the mod does not actually have any... There's nothing in it, my understanding, that... there's no story quests or missions or anything like that for these races as of yet, so... You're not missing too much if you can't get to the Starfarer's Refuge, but it is a whole part of the mod that if you get unlucky and don't get the right encounters or find the right dungeons, then you might not actually get to see it. At least not for a while. So let's circumnavigate this planet. That's the only complaint I have with this mod at all. Criticism. Maybe make it so that there is a way to access the refuge, especially if, well, mostly just if, in the future, it is made, so there are more missions and stuff with these various custom races. Maybe just add something in to make it a bit more guaranteed to be able to access the refuge. Unless I am an idiot and completely missing something, maybe make it so that if you are one of the Avakin, at least, that you get easier access. Or maybe I really am an idiot, and I'm completely missing the fact that because I have that security pass, I actually could be getting in. But I haven't found anything. I've tried teleporting, I've tried looking up sail. Can't seem to find how to get there, but apparently in Avakin settlements, or in a particular encounter of some kind, based on what I've looked up so far, you can encounter these. So that's kind of make me wonder what the security pass... Well, the security pass is just, I guess, for the mission or something. But mostly I'm just kind of wondering how this will work with other races. Alright, and success. Here we are in our lovely little... Or we found something. Really, let's see here. Alright, it is all protected, so we can't go in through that door. But we have found something. Hopefully this is in fact the right kind of Avakin outpost to get us what we want. I'm going to assume it is. Hello there, fellow Avakin. An honor, Captain. Yes, you're damn right it's an honor after all the trouble I've been through to get to you. I mean, there isn't anything there, really. I see all kinds of stuff there. Got a little tent here. There's some oh! Hello. You... The skin once belonged to a great sandstalker from Kadavan. Now it... What is this? Now it serves as a sad reminder of days long past. Oh, this is a fallen civilization, is it? A fallen empire, the Avakin are. Well. Blip, bloop, blip, bloop. Fun times. Ooh, cool chair. You have a funny looking head. Rades, our uplifter. The grand statue honors him. Niftily enough, that also looks vaguely like the cultivator, doesn't it? Or, you know, like someone's interpretation of it. Also, you know what? I like these pipes. We may eventually want to... Hello? What are you, Mr. Glowy Thing? This light is efficient, lightweight, and very versatile. It certainly is. Well, this is cool. They live in little vaults underground. You have a quest. What do you have to say for me? Trying to impress my friend... Right. You know what? I don't have time for you helping people right now. What do you have to say? Hail, Captain. Damn, am I some kind of, like, big boss or something? Gotta name my character Big Boss, I guess. Ah, here we go. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. About damn time. Alright. Teleporter. Starfarer's Refuge. And this is only the second desert planet that I had to go to in order to find this dang thing. So if I jump off, will I fall to my death? Probably. Alright, so, you know what? I was wrong. There actually are quests already available. Is that you grunting at me, Ace? What are you grunting at me for? I think he's telling me I've been recording too long. More than an hour, in fact, trying to find this blasted thing. I kind of... Like I was sort of getting at before, my one criticism with this mod is that there is a bit of... We'll have to talk to these guys at another point, but let's just kind of do a quick tour. It's striking, isn't it, how, like, by complete coincidence, like seriously, complete coincidence, there are similarities in design here between the Avali architecture and otherwise an Ace. No, you ripped out my... Ugh. Ripped out my audio cord, so that could cause some audio problems with recording. God damn it. Excuse me. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's just accept that. So now we have that save point forever. We have our little warpity doodah diddly thing here. Our teleshop, that's what it is. We have all our cool stuff here with our droids. We have this temporarily locked door. I assume that unlocks once I turn in the questy things. That's clearly our base of command. And an interesting thing, I feel compelled to point out, it is very dark and spooky down here. For some reason. Or maybe this is where... Hello. Hi. The ruins of the old ones are scattered throughout the galaxy. Find them, Captain. Not entirely sure what kind of voice I was going for there, but, you know, there's something. Anyway, yeah. That wasn't very nice of you, Ace, pulling out my head jack like that. It's already been damaged once. Probably going to be damaged... Oh. Probably going to be damaged again in the future, and I'm going to have to fix it some more, but let's, Oh, here's the captain's quarters. Hello, Captain. I'm just going to kind of wander in. We're not going to actually turn in anything or do any of the questy stuff right now. I just want to get us a good look, and then we're going to take a very brief glance at the other two races that are currently in this mod. Possibly more incoming later, we shall see. But, yeah, good stuff all around. This is actually very, very well built, I would just like to say. And I think it is going to take us a while to truly explore around it. Ooh. Oh my. I wonder what kind of mysterious stuff is down here. But there's actually stuff built into the mod to ensure that there's actually, like, race-specific stuff. So if we're not playing as an Avakin, or a Trink, or a Droden, or, you know, like, any other future races that may be added, there'll be certain quests that'll be just inaccessible to us. So that is, frankly, quite exciting in many ways. And I look forward, I think, to seeing where some of this goes. Because there are some quests, and we'll probably want to do them. And depending on... Because I may be underestimating how, like, far along this mod is in terms of what it has to look at. As far as quest lines and stuff go, we might want to even do, like, our own little playthrough of this. But, and make it a series. But we'll see. We'll see for now. But until then, let us actually take another quick look at the other two races and see how things play out. So I will see you guys momentarily. And instead, let's take a look at the Trink, our little robot buddies. Oh, look at that. We have a little robot buddy as a pet, which is kind of weird. All right, let's see. What do we got here? There is some new lore as well. We have an ambassador's log, protectorate body mod. All right, let's take a look at that. Oh, that goes on my legs. That makes a lot of sense. There we go. Little arm mod there, so we can be very protectoratized. And what is this? Ambassador's log. What's my current assignment? Entry 42. When the leaders of the Elithian Alliance discovered the existence of the Terran Protectorate a few years ago, the decision was made to initiate friendly communication with the organization. Ah, so the am I already forgetting their name? The Tlink. are different from the Avakin here. Oh, Trink. Derp. God, I'm an idiot today. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of took for granted since they're all part of the same mod. I took for granted the idea that they might just like all basically share like a same overarching government, but no, they're individual nations that are part of an alliance. So the Trink are sending people to the Protectorate for different reasons than the Avakin. Interesting. Let's see. Anyway. The decision was made to initiate friendly communication. It was decided that every nation in the Alliance was to send a handful of ambassadors to Earth, and I was one of the lucky few to be chosen for the task. My task was to enroll in the Protectorate training program, and thus become a Protector. In the meanwhile, I would act as an ambassador for the Trink Circuit and the Alliance as a whole to foster mutual understanding and cooperation. Good stuff. I'm now nearing the conclusion of my training, and I would say the entire operation has been a great success. We have learned much about the Protectorate, and they of us in turn. There are trade routes being set up between the nations of the Alliance and those of the Protectorate, and other treaties are being written as well. It looks like we all have a bright future ahead of us. Once my training here is over, I'll return to the Alliance for some time to further discuss my experiences here. I'll miss the Protectorate, but it'll be good to be home again. Yes, it will. So that means our start must be a little different as well. But for now, let's take a quick look at the ships that our friends here, the Trink, have. Ship T2. Or, well, actually, that's what we're already on, isn't it? Getting spawn item. See, where's my... Oh. Ah, where's my brain today? 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. Let's kind of do a quick roll through of our level here. Alright, so this is us fully repaired. This is us slightly bigger. Trink have an interesting design paradigm going on here, in which all their stuff seems to be just an interconnected series of diamonds. Or, oh, no, not quite. I spoke too soon. Tetrahedrons, that's the word I'm looking for, because I have to imagine, you know, like this is a 2D game, but this would be occupying 3D space in real life, wouldn't it? Alright, alright. And 7, and then finally 8. Alright, so it gets very, very big. Still kind of like a series of interconnected tetrahedrons and other shapes of that nature over here. We won't examine everything in too much detail. But yeah, we've got our circuit assembler, which is effectively the Avakin equivalent of, or the Trink equivalent, rather, of the Avakin's workbench. Looks pretty badass if you don't, or if I do say so myself. Still can't talk, apparently. I've been recording for a while. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing of this episode, and it may still end up being long, but we have one more race to look at before we wrap things up, and then I do even more research off camera after our kind of first impressions type episode here. So I will be right back yet again. Alright, and we are back with our Droden, whose name is Renin K3, and we actually have to go back to the Starfarer's Refuge, it would seem. I kind of wish that the Starfarer's Refuge just got access to it on, like it was just 100% guaranteed to spawn on lush planets, or maybe some way to tie in getting to the Starfarer's Refuge in with those gates, maybe, because the gates to teleport you to the outpost are always on one of these lush starting planets, so maybe make it so that if you do something slightly different, you can like hijack the gate or something. I don't know how easy that would be to mod in, but I feel, at least if you're starting as the Avakin or the Droden, some way to make it so that you can just get to the refuge right off the bat would make a lot of sense. Make it so that if you're playing as any other race, you might need to work a little harder, but for anyone where, like, for story reasons, you're going straight there, it kind of makes sense to me that you'd have just easy access. Other than that, I like everything about this mod, and I look forward to seeing what else is in it, because we'll have to do some more in-depth exploration later. But for now, yeah. Excited to see where it goes, where it is, and what it could be, and so on and so forth. But until that day, it is time to wrap this episode up. So, for now, thank you for bearing with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, despite possibly some of my own stupidity blocking us from getting earlier access to it. But we will get there. I'll come back to this once I am sure that I'm not just an idiot, and we'll make sure that we see all the cool content this mod has in store. But for a sneak peek, I think I didn't do too bad. Wasn't a complete train wreck anyway. But yes, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button or maybe leave me a comment down below to let me know what you're thinking. And I will see you all in the next video.